But I actually want to talk about something so much more important than Red Dead Online. Sexism in gaming.
This makes me nostalgic for the good old days of Anita Sarkeesian and Zoe Quinn. Hey everybody, Jack here, and oh boy, the Tropes Against Women series finally has another video after all these years. Oh wait, no. It's just another instance of gaming media attacking their viewers. What's new? So, if you're not caught up, this Machine Gun Kelly lookalike is a person named Frosk, who's a game reviewer at G4TV. If you're not familiar, G4TV is a TV/YouTube channel that is focused on gaming and game reviews. Anyway, this stunning and brave gamer gal made the conscious decision to get on air and go rant against her audience because of some troll in the chat. Take a look.
In joining G4...
This is not where I thought we were going, but I'm here.
I had no idea.
I'm listening. Yeah.
In joining G4, I was ecstatic to be part of something that I grew up watching as a child. But every time G4 is brought up in various channels, even in this YouTube channel, we have the chat in front of us, I can see you, without a doubt, there will be backlash because I'm not as bangable as the previous hosts. It's somehow...
Talk to him, Frost!
Okay, so there's a lot of salt going on here. Somebody must have said something really nasty to her. But right off the bat, are you sure that it's because you aren't bangable? Or could it be your clear propensity to go off like this and lecture the audience? I want to see the comments, because if somebody really must have just, stepped over the line to make her react like this, right? Right?
It has somehow been expected that you can talk about how much you jerked off to women as a compliment.
Nobody thinks that. Nobody thinks it's a compliment. And the ones who do are either one, so not worth your time that you should just never even give them the time of day, and two, they're trolls. And if it bothers you this much, ban them. Look, that type of thing it's super creepy, but we all know the internet. In this sea of comments that your channel gets, usually there's one or two weirdos who go on to say something disgusting and creepy, and honestly they should just be ignored. Ban them if it bothers you that much. This is the precise definition of feeding the trolls.
It's not a compliment. It's weird. It's dehumanizing and it's weird. Women do not exist to be nice on the eyes for you. Morgan Webb, Olivia Munn did not exist to be nice on the eyes for you.
I mean, in all seriousness, she's right about this. It's not like Olivia Munn was out there on G4 using her good looks and implicitly sexual content to appeal to the viewers, right? Right?
Well, then I think it's a little on the odd side.
It's not really that odd. I mean, some women like to change up a couple times a day, depending on how much juice you have down there. I mean, a lot of people, I am a juicier person.
Yeah, no, every day is a heavy flow day for you.
Yeah, so I think a couple people out there notice. I actually change up my panties during around the net probably almost every day. Actually,
I've never noticed
hold
that.
on.
Oh.
Yeah, it just came out again. Sorry.
Oh.
I just have to.
Do we need a Swiffer? What do we need?
Let me just get it out.
You're doing the washing machine, or what are you doing?
Let me just. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Just throw that over there. Smell it. It's like
That's like 12 iPhones worth.
12 iPhones.
Yikes. Look, I'm the first one to tell guys that approaching women that they don't know with sexual comments, even women that they do know with sexual comments, right? Unless it's, your significant other and that's okay, right? That's entirely inappropriate. But seriously, like, when this is the content you're putting out on the channel that you're associated with, what the hell do you expect? If you're feeding into this image, this is what's going to happen. Your channel is not an innocent bystander in this, right? We all know what's going on here, and we've all seen the Twitch gamer girls, like, Pokimane, who they use their streams to promote their OnlyFans accounts. Like, I'm totally on board with women in gaming not being overly sexualized, but if the women themselves are doing it, what do you want from the audience? Isn't that, what do you call it, sex positivity? Isn't that, empowering? Isn't that what people like you believe about that stuff? Wait, before we cut away to Olivia Munn using her used panties to get clicks, what was going on?
Hey, she cooking, y'all.
And that's just obvious sexism. You don't need to explicitly objectify women or declare that you hate women to be sexist.
And here we go with the unconscious bias argument. God, this really is a throwback. Do you guys remember the 55 zillion times I've mentioned creators just attacking their audience, isolating them, and taking advantage of them, and acting completely unaware that the audience is why they have the platform in the first place? This is another great example of that. This woman is angry at her audience and is castigating them as a whole because some idiot said something mean to her. And look, what the person said was probably wrong. I haven't seen what was said, but let's take it for what it is. An idiot saying something stupid on the internet, or a troll who has definitely got his money's worth from that one comment.
Just go ahead and check out Thorne's latest meltdown on Twitter for some spark notes. Now, here at XPlay, our reviews are written and produced by a team of people. There are too many games for one person to shoulder the burden. So we divide and conquer. And when we use language like we or I, that's the reviewer. That's coming from the mouth and experience of the reviewer reading that review.
Okay, wait, so I just caught on to this, but didn't she just say that it was a team effort? But it's supposed to be the experience of the reviewer reading the review, right? This doesn't compute. If it's your experience, why are other people writing the review for you? That sounds like really lazy journalism to me.
And that's not to say that Gerard, TBH, Adam, or myself don't contribute to the reviews. We absolutely do.
You contribute to the reviews. So if you're reading the review as your own experience, isn't it maybe not exactly dishonest, but pretty lazy at the very least to have ghostwriters? Like, I know this isn't the most interesting thing, but it annoys me. Like, if I'm reading a review, I expect the review to be a review of the experience of the person who wrote that review. That, at least that's me. What do you think? Like, am I weird? Am I stupid?
But it'll always be in varying degrees and take a whole team behind us.
You know, isn't YouTube kind of known for game review channels that do exactly all of this on their own? Isn't that what PewDiePie did? Like, Let's Plays and game reviews? You have a whole team and you still can't handle what's going on. Plus, you have the backing of the brand, right? Jesus.
That's why we're XPlay and not Adam Play. We have done the experiment and controlled for the variables. Adam will read a script written by the same writer that I will read the other half of the script for, but I'll be the one flamed.
And that's 'cause you're a woman? Or is it because, and I'm just spitballing here, you seem like an inherently preachy and whiny person who's lecturing your entire audience because someone said something mean online? This is a very difficult one, guys. Better get the FBI on the case to figure out why people have such a negative response to Frosky here. Sounds like some bona fide misogyny, if you ask me.
And yeah, it also happens to Gerard and TBH.
Wait a minute. That can't be. If misogyny is the motivation, how can it happen to them? We know through feminist rules of logic established during the GamerGate paradigm that the only reason people are mean to women online is because everyone hates them. Everyone who hates them is a troll and a hater and a misogynist. It can't be that they're an unlikable person who always focuses on the negative side of everything. Could never be that, right?
But that doesn't discount the sexism of how it happens to me when it does. Both things can be true, that there is a general hatred of any change that isn't Adam, and that I'll receive special flame just for being a woman.
Those things can be true, and I haven't seen the comments she's referring to, but let's assume, let's give her the benefit of the doubt and say that they're exactly the way that she's presenting them. The simplest explanation is that it's a couple of trolls, and they figured out what exactly was going to piss her off the most, right? Sounds like the internet. Does that make it okay? Of course not. But if you're going to be a public figure online, buck up. Jesus, I mean, again, it's not okay. Everybody's mean. They shouldn't be, but they are. So if you're going to be a grown adult on the internet, I don't know what else to tell you.
And I wish I could turn the camera around so that you could see the incredible team that make X-Play. Half of our producers and writers are women. Emily, Abby, Megan, Joe, Jake, Zipper, Gabby. It goes on and on and on. Former writers that are now on ATOS like Vanessa. When you're in our DMs or on those YouTube comments or in Twitch chat right now, those reactionary threads thinking that I'm somehow ruining your current X-Play experience because you can't objectify me how you previously did to Morgan, or that I'm somehow less qualified to speak on something, but you can't quite put your finger on why, even though I'm reading the exact same script as Adam, but you have no problem with he's part of it. You're letting your unconscious biases ruin my day, and you're gatekeeping the gaming space.
Two things. One, I seriously doubt that anyone cares if they ruined your day. That's why trolls do what they do. Like, they don't care that they ruined your day. But number two, why are you telling the world how to get to you? Isn't this something that we learn in, like, the 3rd grade? When people insult you, ignore them. You know, just what are you going to accomplish with this rant? You're isolating your audience by screaming at them about something that's just really, it's a non-issue for most people, right? Like, somebody said something mean. Wow. Look, I'm not saying that people should comment on your looks or objectify you or anything like that. They shouldn't. That's not okay. It shouldn't be done. But you're out here putting out this rage-fueled rant at your own audience because some jackass thinks you're not as hot as Olivia or Morgan. Clearly, they touched a nerve.
So maybe for 2022, we'd be a bit nicer, a bit more self-reflective, and we enjoy the fact that people are working hard to make free content for you.
Everyone who makes videos on the internet gets flack. In the past week, I've been called totally uninteresting, a virgin, a twat, all sorts of names. Do you know what I do when someone comes into my comments or live chat and tells me my content is garbage or insults me? I ignore them. I don't delete their comments. I don't block them. I don't care. I move on. Who cares what a stranger on the internet thinks? And why are you so focused on these negative comments? Seriously, focus on the bright side. Like, read the fun comments that made you feel good. Think positively about what's going right for you. And take honest criticism when it's handed to you. And above all, don't forget that the audience is what gives you your platform. Don't abuse them. You've lost track of reality. You can follow me on Twitter at SeattleIJ, like and comment on this video, let me know your thoughts. I read all the comments and respond to most of them. Subscribe if you're moved to, and I'll see you next time.